Hey there, Aries, and welcome to your April 12th to 18th, 2021 tarot reading. About to hit you up with a general vibe card here with the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And we're going to do a 3-card spread, past, present, future with the Rider Waite. And then do a couple clarifiers and an outcome card with the Universal Fantasy. Hopefully everything's going good for you, Aries, but remember that these are general readings, so everything might not resonate with you, so just take what does resonate with you and leave the rest. Don't try to make any square pegs fit in any round holes, and don't try to take any giant leaps in logic, right? To try to get something to work out the way you want it to work out, right? Just take what's there, you know? So without further ado, I'll just give the deck one last little shuffle here and see what we got for you, Aries. So for your general vibe card, we have got the happy card. So everything's happy, right? This is a good time, you know? Happy, joy, happy, joy, right? So, like, just good times, right? Like, I really like that. So it's a great way to start your reading off, Aries. So lots of happiness coming in. If you're not feeling it already, I'm sure it's really close to being on the way this week. So gotta like that. All right. We'll get you some more. Well, we got a pop out for you, actually. But we'll just give the deck one last little shuffle here. And the card that popped out for you is the Hanged Man. And the Hanged Man is all about taking a different perspective on things, you know? It's all about taking a different perspective. It's all about seeing things, you know, your own way. Maybe not the way everyone else sees things. Maybe you look at stuff in your own personal view, and that's like a different beat. You go into the beat of your own drum, that kind of thing, Aries. It's also a card of, you know, enlightenment, right? So it can be a card of, you know, gaining enlightenment. He has this halo around his head, and that represents that he's received blessings and enlightenment in his life. So that's really good. It's also can be a card of stagnation. We'll have to see how the rest of the reading goes, but with a happy card, I don't really see it as stagnating, unless it's you stagnating from being unhappy and into happiness. So unless it goes that way for you. But in your present, we got the Two of Cups. Soulmate is what this card generally means. Generally means that it's a soulmate coming in for you if you're looking for love. So maybe you're taking a different perspective on dating, and this is going to lead to some happiness for you. So that's what this could be. It can also just represent a choice. Twos are about choices. So it could be you're taking a different perspective, and that's leading to you making a decision on something. Maybe you go with this new perspective all the time from now on. This becomes your new norm. Or maybe you're like, well, that's a good thing to use in this particular situation, but maybe not going to do that all the time, right? So I like that. In your future, we've got the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is all about truth. The Queen of Swords knows the truth, right? She has her hand out. She's willing to accept whatever you're going to tell her, but she wants you to tell her the truth and be honest. And she knows it. And if you don't tell her the truth, she's going to cut you with that sword, right? So the Queen of Swords doesn't take any crap. This is, I would say you're bringing in a Queen of Swords, or you're becoming one at this time, and that's kind of leading to like the soulmate sort of thing, right? And your soulmate is a Queen of Swords, maybe, or you're going to find out that they are a Queen of Swords. And it doesn't mean you're drawing in a woman. It just means you're drawing in someone with that kind of a vibe, right? Somebody who doesn't take any bullshit. They only want the truth. They want honesty. They don't want you, you know, beating around the bush and stuff like that. So I like that, Aries. So we'll get you some clarifiers and an outcome card here in just a moment. But if you could leave a like, Aries, I really appreciate that. You can also subscribe and hit the bell icon if you haven't already. That's a great way to stay up to date because you'll get little notifications every time I upload new videos. And then you can go check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos after this one and get a full scope of what might be coming for you in the week ahead. So without further ado, Aries, we'll give the deck another shuffle. We just had a pop out here. We'll give the deck this last shuffle and we'll see what we got for you. So between the Hanged Man and the Two of Cups, we got the Three of Swords. So maybe this new perspective you've gotten has been about heartbreak, right? Maybe about relationships, right? You have this new perspective on relationships. Maybe someone broke your heart in the past, and that's what's giving you this new perspective about this new relationship. You're kind of being a little more cautious, or maybe not doing something the way you did before, or maybe not being so open as you were. Maybe you're like too open and overbearing, and maybe that's what caused the person to kind of break your heart. They're like, oh, I just can't handle it. You're smothering me. You're clingy, you know, that kind of a thing. Or maybe it's the other way. Maybe you were too closed off, and the person, you know, they just couldn't get you to open up and, you know, share your life with them. And you're just, for whatever reason, you didn't want to, you know, give up any, I'm sorry, I'm laughing right now. I have a cat who decided to get his claws stuck in my sock. Thank you, sir. Sorry about that. Um, but yeah, it could be you just too closed off and you weren't opening up more to people. So maybe that's what you need to do. It could be just someone maybe stabbed you, stabbed you in the back or something, broke your heart. You thought you were going to be together forever, and this person was like, "No, I'm done. I don't want this. I've had all these feelings all this time that I didn't want to tell you, and like I'm out of here." Could be something like that. It could also just be you gaining a new perspective and just cutting out the nonsense, right? It could just be you cutting out things that no longer serve you, which is what the Three of Swords can also represent, aside from a heartbreak. So we got that. Between the Two of Cups and the Queen of Swords, we got the Tower, so a change. Like I said, this is a big change of some sort. So again, could be a change of perspective, like we were saying, like on the maybe you're being too open and too clingy, or maybe the opposite, you're being too closed off and shut in. But either way, there's a change, and the Tower says that there has to be a change, right? This could also be like this person coming in. This person's going to change you, maybe, and it's going to be a change that needs to happen. Like you need to open up more. You need to kind of tone it back a little bit, right? This person's going to bring this in for you, or you're going to be doing it for yourself so that you can be with this person. So I like that. But remember, with the Tower, it's a change that has to happen. It's a change that's going to happen. So it's better to roll with it rather than fight against it and it still happen anyway, right? And it's just kicking and screaming. You're just kicking and screaming and tearing, and it's dragging you to the new spot anyway, right? For an overall outcome, we got the King of Swords. So this is a divine counterparts. We got the King and the Queen of Swords. They're not the best couple of all the arcanas, like the kings and queens. They're probably the least like coupley of the bunch, but they are still a couple. But the King of Swords is someone who, again, we're talking about the truth, honesty. They're very analytical, very much like we only want the facts, we only want the truth. We're taking the emotion out of things. So maybe that's, you're turning into a Queen of Swords or you're turning into a King of Swords and you're attracting the other into your life. But either way, that's a divine couple. And I feel like with the happy, happy card over this, you two are going to be happy together with this. So I really like that, I really like that a lot, Aries. So hopefully that helps you out in the week to come. Remember, you can check out your Sun, Moon, and Rising videos after this one. You can subscribe and hit that bell icon if you haven't already. Really appreciate that. You can also like the video too if you really enjoyed it. So hope that helps you out, Aries. And I hope to see you in the next video.